Hello and welcome to the Magic the Blabbering podcast. I'm your host Nick with Josh, and we're going to get into today. We're going to be getting into Magic the Gathering Foundations, the Secret Lair debacle, and how well we did on Morrow's teasers for Foundations along with it.
Yeah,
And Josh is here fresh off of MagicCon 2024.
I've got Fibblethip here with me, new edition. So got my MagicCon shirt. This is
Straight out of Las Vegas, right?
Yeah, this was the design this year for one of the shirts at MagicCon, and it's probably my favorite design so far they've done for Las Vegas. If you don't know, this is the based on the old Moulin Rouge sign from the
Okay.
and then it's got little like star pieces of the Stardust sign, where two pretty big famous signs in Vegas, and you can see them at the Neon Museum in Vegas, which is a really cool place. If you haven't been there yet, check out the Neon Museum. They have all the old signs that they've taken down, and they have them all in this graveyard. Some of them are lit up. Some of them aren't. The bigger ones, like the Moulin Rouge, the Stardust, are lit up. They have the old, like, what is it, 60-some foot guitar from Hard Rock Cafe there. It's all lit up. All the old Golden Nugget signs. There's been a ton of Golden Nugget signs, and yeah, it's a very cool place and awesome design. I love this design. So
Is that
yeah,
Fibblethip? What's he eating?
he's eating lobster tail from from a Vegas buffet, I'm guessing. So yeah,
Tasty.
yeah, and then it's got the year here and another little like neon sign here. So yeah, they had
How many of those buffets did you partake in? I have not been to experience that. That is something I definitely will be doing there.
this year we didn't do any buffets. Last year we did the Win buffet. My son. He went with us last year, and I asked him, like, what's one thing you want to do in Vegas? He's like, I want to eat at like a legit Vegas buffet. So we went to the Win, which I heard is the best buffet there. And it's pretty good. They have everything there. They got lobster tail. It's you get a 2 hour block, so you make reservations, and they give you 2 hours to eat.
Go nuts.
And yeah, it's I think it's like $75.
Okay.
And it's kind of funny because so they'll bring you your drinks and stuff, but you got to get up and go get your food. And once you start getting like an hour and 45 minutes or so, they start bringing your drinks into go cups, and to kind of to give you the hint, like, hey, yeah, get out of here, you've had enough. So
I gotcha. I don't know, $75. That's like at least three. Is that probably like 6 or 7 times at the Chinese buffet at home? So I'm like, no,
yeah,
you're better. Yeah.
so this time we went to Fogo de Chao because
Yeah.
it was kind of a last minute thing, and it ended up being about the same price
Yeah.
as the Win buffet. So I would have rather went to the Win buffet, but you got to make reservations really to kind of skip the line. But otherwise, it's normally like an hour wait or so. So yeah, so that's
Here
what we did
locally, I prefer in Chamas to
to
Fogo de
Fogo.
Chao.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So
cool. Yeah, it sounds like a blast. And we're going to definitely delve more into that journey here in the next episode. We're going to get all up in the details for
yeah,
Magic Vegas.
yeah. We'll save the MagicCon stuff for another episode because we really want to talk about this fiasco that happened on Monday. The
Okay, so I was live in it. The Secret Lair, Marvel Secret Lair. So, I'm about 4 seconds in. I got my login. I'm just sitting there feasting on my phone while I'm at work. Don't tell them. I'm just trying to, take a pause from my work and like get logged in. Cool. Get logged in, sign in immediately, add 5 to cart. I wanted 5 of the foil thing, so I'm throwing down, quite a good chunk of change. Y'all can do the math. And I'm like,
how much?
I'm in.
How much was one of them? Was like $500.
I think I ended up walking away with like 1,300 out of pocket, so that divided by 5. So two
Okay.
something for full
Okay.
foil set. I think it was about $50.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
$35 ish for Lair,
Okay.
and then you got tax and stuff. No shipping, but I got in line within 4 seconds. I would argue 4 seconds. I got in line, puts me in the queue. Queue starts going. It's like you're gonna have an hour, and that's not uncommon. Like
Yeah.
45 minutes, hour, 30 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Not uncommon. Then it's like, okay, I'm cruising through my queue, and I'm thinking, people are botting this thing up. People are gonna be trying to get in there, and I'm like, I'll be lucky because when I did the Monty Python Secret Lair, I got kicked, or I got in early, but I guess I learned something this time is that you're in line so long, it will log you out, and then you can just log back in, and your cart should still be full, and you should
Mhm.
still have your place in line because you have about 20 minutes to buy. So I don't know if I screwed that up the last time when I did Monty Python, and I would have got my cart or not. But when I went to do Monty Python, I had to go back in line, and I had to restart, and I
So
missed out on
did
getting
you
foil.
did you know about the back door to get in? Have you heard about
Yes,
that?
I'm now aware of
Okay.
that. So as I'm in line, I see my little guy going. My roommate, who also buys Secret Lairs, is messaging me, and I'm now with a client, so now I can no longer goof around. And I'm like, I guess I'm screwed. And then I looked at my app every once in a while to check, and it would be like, oh, you're down to 20 minutes. And it's like, oh, you're at 45 minutes. You're over an hour. I'm like, what the heck? And then he texts me something about line jumping. I'm like, oh my god, And then So I started that probably at 11:30 our time, I think, something like that. And I did not get through the line till almost 1. That's how
Wow.
long I was in the queue.
So you
But
didn't jump the line then?
no, because I didn't have time to engage with what it was,
Oh, gotcha.
and I just accepted I was going to lose out. Was most likely going to happen. I had clients all day. I could not
Yeah.
not be doing that. And he said something about that. He got in and got his arcane signets. Though even though I was 4 seconds in, my card did not have arcane signets, and I do plan on reaching out to customer service and be like, hey, this is some BS.
Yeah. You
And
see,
honestly, the fact that they have,
those are going
how do
for
they undersupply those?
yeah, those are going for like $200 now if you look on TCG Player.
Yeah,
They're
but it's
going
all pre-sale, so like whatever.
well, I mean, people are buying them.
Yeah,
So where
you
does
can
that
cancel pre-order though. I'm
yeah
pretty
where does
sure.
that shake out? Like where does that card end up? $100?
I don't know. So obviously they didn't make one per person who buys a full foil set. It was per $200 you
Uh huh.
spend. So it doesn't matter how you're doing it. I assume it's hard for me to grapple with how much they did. So like I could have walked away with 6 for my purchase. I should have
Right.
got 6 arcane signets. And where that price should be, I would say it's realistically going to be similar to previous secret layers. In the sense that it should maybe be around $50, maybe would be my guess. I don't have that in front of me, but I'm guessing it's going to wind up somewhere there. But Marvel is a big property,
Yeah.
and this is kind of a good evidence of that. And the back door I did hear where you could, I read a bit. I don't have that article in front of me, but something about you can. They have a special queuing thing, and you can reset your queue number by coming in as a guest. But then you can log into your cart, and then it'll treat you as though you're jumping in line, and there's a whole bunch of line jumping happening. And I guess I left out a piece of my journey. First, it's doing that expanding on time. Then suddenly it says on the site, we're having a technical issue. And then we're doing that. And I feel like that happened before my line got pushed back.
At one point
So,
At one point they paused it too.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The pause. I was
Yeah.
like, what is going on? So yeah, just a very frustrating experience. I get it. I'm buying them. I'm trying to make a couple dollars. I'm a poor trying to make a couple dollars. Maybe I'm a villain to some people. But really, like, goes on in our marketplace constantly. And I'm sorry if you're going to blame me, an end user, trying to make a few dollars versus blaming, I don't know, the company that is setting up this
Yeah.
environment. I mean, you really, in this current state of things, I need to make $1, and I'm not trying to make a big amount of money. I'm trying to make a little bit more money than what I make on the stock for saving my money in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So, I'm reaching out to my local people. I'm saying, hey, who wants these? Who wants to get these from me? I'll try to be as accommodating as I can so I can get a return. But
Right.
I'm also at risk. I have a whole
Yeah.
plethora of sneaker layers on my desk that have gone nowhere, and I expect to sit on that money for about a year.
Yeah.
And some of them may never sell. So it's not that I'm like, guaranteed one for one. I just look at the market. When you make an artificial demand or artificial low supply, when you're printing cardboard, and I don't see why. Why can't everyone have an arcane signet? Why are their supplies last on something? Like, they know the print run they're going to make. Everyone can get an arcane signet. Arcane signet from this set could be $2, $5. They have
Yeah.
chosen that, and they've chosen extra winners and losers through a lottery. And I also have to, as a buyer, have a bad experience, even in my range, when I'm doing the best I can to be a customer for them. So they're not honoring the people who are spending the most money. They're not doing a reward for that. And honestly, I think that would be a better thing for the end users. Buy Secret Lair. Every time you buy Secret Lair, you're guaranteed your spot in line because you've been buying Secret Lair. Reward us for buying. Then you're going to have people who get better results. No one's so mad. I buy Secret Lairs regularly. And that is the best thing for Wizards of the Coast. If you just condition all your players, it maybe is a big sell to subscription service someone to buy the whole thing. But if every one of your players buys a $40 thing every month, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's Planet Fitness lives off of what, $15, $20 a month for every person who doesn't show up to their gym?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a whole industry, and they're buying big equipment. We are selling cardboard. I don't know. Change your market value.
Yeah.
Change your strategy. You can make bigger money, you fools.
So did you know there was another way to get in early on this one?
I only found that out as it was going live, as we were trying to troubleshoot what was going wrong. I did not take
Yeah.
advantage of that,
So-
unfortunately. I wish I did. I would like some $200, quote unquote, $200, arcane signets.
Yeah.
But
So apparently, like if you went to one of the secret layers that was already available, you could add that to your cart, and then you could go in and access the Marvel sale early, and add that.
Oh.
Add the Marvel stuff to your cart before the sale was live. Take the other secret layer out of your cart, check out, and be done. Yeah.
Wow. So they were going to the old Secret Lair cart that they'd opened previously. Wow.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. It's
Not good cybersecurity, not good management.
So do they send out full sheets like they did for what was it for Ravnica Mythic Edition? Remember when they sent
Oh
out,
yeah, there was an issue there, right?
Yeah.
What did they do? I don't
they,
remember that.
they
Good
sent out
memory.
they sent out full sheets of War of the Spark, and
Wow.
do you remember some people got tubes of toothpaste?
Oh no, I missed this.
Okay, so the whole Mythic edition, the Ravnica Mythic edition, the very first one, they sold it on eBay. It was before they had this whole scale fast system. So they sold it on eBay. They sold too many of them. Um, like I don't know if they like how they allocated it. Like, anyways, they sold too many of them, so people didn't get their Ravnica Mythic editions. And so, as an apology, they sent out full sheets, full foil sheets of War of the Spark. I have one hanging on my wall here.
Oh, that's why there's so many of those.
Yeah, and so some people ended up getting tubes of toothpaste instead of their full sheet of War of the Spark. Somehow,
What?
yeah, the fulfillment company messed up, and people got toothpaste instead of the War of the Spark sheets.
Oh
So
my goodness.
yeah,
That was back when I was fighting the good fight as a regular consumer, going screw Secret Lairs and not buying any of these. I regret that.
well, that was
choice.
before Secret Layers. So yeah,
I know, but that was in that time.
Yeah,
Like, that was
yeah.
right before, right?
yeah.
I was like, I'm not buying this crap. I didn't buy the Bitter Blossom, didn't buy Damnation, and now I'm just sitting here like, I'm a fool. I was always a fool. Just play the game.
Yeah,
Don't fight the game. Play the game.
so I bought all the early Secret Layers, and since they went to this, they went away from print to demand. I've kind of just stepped away from Secret Layers. So I was asleep. I was asleep Monday morning because our flight got in from Vegas. We got in at like 4:30 Monday morning. So we flew out at like 11 o'clock Vegas time. Got in here at 4:30. And so I was asleep, and I woke up to all the drama.
Oh, yeah. I didn't stay on. I'm not too chronically online trying to look at all the drama anymore. We have enough drama in our lives and I'm too busy to really be like,
Yeah.
humping
Well,
that thing. But it is pretty interesting to see how passionate people do get about it. It is.
I was doing
You know.
research for our podcast. So.
Well, yeah. No issues. Yeah. And the drama bit. I'm telling you my experiences of firsthand. It
Yeah.
was wild. I'm just glad I made it out of my cart with things after waiting for multiple hours to get it.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, if I can contact customer support and be like, hey, I literally got in at this time, and yeah,
Right.
they
Yeah.
they need to really figure that out. I mean, you're making enough money here. You make what, they sold 50,000 units at $40. How much money is that? You can't afford to pay a team to do that, and you're doing this like semi regularly. At least you're not going to do Marvel semi regularly, but having a
Oh.
negative spin on it and having a Marvel property is not really a
They're not.
good relationship to have either.
They're not gonna
Huh?
do. They're not gonna do Marvel every few months.
Oh, that's true. They might. They might. They should. I mean, they haven't hit everybody. They just have mutants, and we're only getting Spider-Man at the end of the next year. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of Marvel space to be mined.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
Fantasy for Secret Lair will be just like this. If they don't change, Final Fantasy Secret Lair will be like that, and we're all going to be figuring out how to game it. Now they've incentivized gaming it,
oh yeah.
and I thought possibly their servers weren't able to handle all the traffic, and they were getting like a true DDoS
Right, DDoS,
attack,
yeah.
just because there was so much traffic is what I was thinking. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And I think they would have been better off just cancel the sale, like just cancel it all, figure out your cybersecurity, run it again the next week. Literally, be very vocal about it. Then everyone wins. Then I play the same game, but then you're setting it up for somebody like me, like, ooh, I got in still, and the next time I don't get in, now I'm mad.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have any
That's-
anti-script writing.
I think that's kind of what happened with the Mythic edition, the Ravnica Mythic edition. It was kind of bad feels, no matter what they did. So
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean, the cost to them to make amends is pretty small, in my opinion. So, we're asking for you to run another print of a shiny card. Like, I'm literally sitting here asking you, like, please give me my arcane signets.
Yeah.
I was in line, I didn't cut. You don't know that, so make the smart decision and just say, all the ones that don't ship with arcane signets, get them later. That seems pretty easy. That's a good compromise. And then for all the people who couldn't get in line, period, you probably weren't getting in line to begin with. Because if I was in there for 3 hours waiting in line, everyone else is getting in line and could get them, that means you were already too late to the game.
Mhm.
And I know that sucks too. And if you're an end user, I'm sorry for you. But at the end of the day, they'll release these cards for the game piece thing. It's just you might have that exotic art, and you'll probably end up trading for them eventually. I don't expect, really like at the height of this, they're going to come out. Maybe they'll be 2x value. Maybe they'll be 3x. But I don't really believe in the idea that these are going to be like your Wolverine card is going to be $50.
well, that's my only real issue with this is like they haven't told us when we're gonna get these cards. Like in a regular set. Like how long do I kind of wanted the Storm one. I wanted to build around her, build a deck around her. Like, but we haven't. They said before we're going to print these in Universes Within. Well, they got rid of Universes Within, so we don't have that anymore. And like, if you look at the coming up calendar, we don't have another Marvel set till Spider-Man. And are they going to put X-Men in the Spider-Man set?
Yeah, we're still waiting to find out when the One Ring comes out.
Yeah, like it's, next year Q4 is the next unknown Universes Beyond set. So, like, are we gonna have to wait a year for these cards? Like, how? Like, I don't. That's what bothers me is we don't know when we're getting functional versions of these cards.
Yeah, and what's even more interesting is that now that um, I'm assuming they're continuing to keep Secret Lair to go to older formats, is my assumption. But if they ever decide, hey, your Secret Lair can go into Standard, we're going to go to the Nexus of Fate issue again,
Oh, hold
where
on,
no one has
wait.
access.
You don't know this. You don't know that the announcement they made during MagicCon.
I know that Standard sets are going to be in Universe Beyond. Standard sets are going to be,
Oh,
but
the
I'm
ones
saying
coming
Secret
up.
Lairs. I don't think that
Oh,
these Secret Lairs are encompassed in that. So I don't think if
yeah,
we have a Final Fantasy Secret Lair next year, the cards in that Secret Lair will be Standard legal. But if they ever change that, welcome to hell.
yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, that's a good question. Like, are these secret? They said Universes Beyond cards are going to be legal and standard. And does that mean that these secret layer drops that are only secret layer drops that are Universes Beyond are those cards going to be legal and standard?
I would think for their best interest, that's not the case. Because if you recall back when Nexus of Fate was in Standard and it was only a buy box promo,
Hmm.
that card was, I think, $50 or so, and it was a 4 of index. So
Yeah,
then that's a plus $200 to your deck, you know?
yeah. I mean, maybe they've clarified that, but I haven't heard. So yeah,
We'll research that and get back to y'all if we got any solid answer. But that is a good issue to bring up because now not only am I someone who's playing Standard, which thank you for playing Standard in the modern era, but not only am I playing Standard, now I have to get on weird drops to get the 4 cards that I need, or I have to pay an absorbent secondary market price to get the cards.
yeah, just to play Friday
Kind
Night
of
Magic.
just to play Friday Night Magic. Yep.
Yeah,
So we're gonna see how that goes, I guess. But yeah, it's been a wild ride. We're not 2025. We're stacking up for some fun situations.
yeah,
So, but not all negative. I mean, I'm happy I got mine. I'm happy too. My best thing about this is that the cards themselves, in my mind, they're playable and fun, but they're not necessary. We're not getting like Teferi's Protection type cards in there. We're not very ubiquitous cards.
yeah,
Yes, if this is your favorite character IP, this is a good time to invest whatever you would spend on maybe like a bundle onto that one card. And then that can be your poster child for the deck and move on. Like
yeah,
I don't think if these cards retain that value, I think it's kind of going to be tied to the fact that over time it'll get diluted as we have more and more Marvel. So soon that Storm will not be the only Storm. Soon that Wolverine will not be the only Wolverine. Like when
yeah.
we did Lord of the Rings.
But my only like, but when, that's all
Yeah,
I want is just some clarification on when we're going to get those and how we're going to get those. So
yeah. But they don't want commitments. I mean, we thought we were getting Lorwyn next year.
yeah,
Guess what?
yeah,
Not next year. And I don't want to be negative. This is a negative thing that happened. More communication, and I think we're just going to oscillate between that print to demand, print for a limited time, print to
yeah. I
demand.
mean, do you think they go
So,
back to the print to demand thing? Like what happens after this? What do they do after this?
my guess, if I were them, it's we want all of our big IPs that we want the best relationship with to have the narrative after that is actually on websites that we fund to say, this Secret Lair, Marvel Secret Lair, sold out within hours. And they want that for all their big IPs. So I mean, that's going to be that. That's going to be Final Fantasy. They're
Hmm.
going to sell out within hours. That's going to be their big selling point, and they're going to bring that back to the people who are making these licensing agreements happen and be like, look how good we're doing, how much money you made in such a small amount of time. It's a good relationship. So I think for our first hit on big IPs, this will be consistent. Just before this, we had the Half-Life Secret Lair, or what's called Extra Life Secret Lair,
Uh-huh.
and that's still print demand, still actively buying. I'm actually going to buy some probably.
Yeah, I bought one in Vegas because that way I didn't have to pay shipping.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to buy 5 of them if I buy them.
Well,
So
we should have got together before I left for Vegas, huh?
that's okay. Well, there's no shipping if I buy enough.
Yeah.
Secret Lair, but which is huge. But yeah, so we'll just see how that goes. I'm looking forward to kind of. I think we want it to be premium. We want it to be hard to get. We want it to be that thing. Like what felt good to me as when I was still just a player buying Secret Lairs. Like there was a particular artist. They did what's that card? Azusa Lost But Seeking in a really cool style. Okay, and I really love that style. I bought the Secret Lair and I was like, wow, I'm buying this. I'm buying the Secret Lair for a middling card. And then suddenly every card in that Secret Lair was over $40. And then I went, wow, this is a nice refund for me to put. It was the Secret Lair drop. It doesn't say on Skyfall, or at least I don't see it. But it was Secret Lair drop, unique artist, Tsunari or something. I can't really see it. Oh, Subonari was the artist. Very big fan of that art piece. I wanted that Azusa. And then the Massacre Girl, and that was $40. And it just sat in my trade binder. Then I go to trade. Oh, my taste is also $40. Sweet. So now I'm actually getting some money back out of my Magic cards. which I think has been kind of an issue in the last few years. And I think people need to
Yeah.
remember that your Magic cards do need to have some value. And I don't mean to say like I want your game pieces to be unpurchasable, but like we always are going to need to have a kind of a chasey-ish card. It used to
Yeah.
be back in the day, you had like 5 or some of them per set. Now it's like more localized to one. You're just going to have to deal with your TCG having some value, but where that line is, I don't know. They'll oscillate here or there depending on how people are playing.
Yeah.
You know, so but yeah, pretty happy with what I got out of it. I want the process to be better. I want them to reward you for buying. If you're a consistent customer in Wizards of the Coast and you're buying Secret Lairs regularly, or if you buy at some amount, get a Planeswalker badge. Like I'm this much of a Secret Lair wizard or whatever. And then, I bought X. This is like my credit that says, okay, I can get in line. And then that'll reward your stores. Your store owners shouldn't have to get in line. I can only imagine the store owners who have multiple of these in stocks have to have like 5 to 10 credit cards and then coordinate a bunch of people to buy, or they're having one person on 4 computers. Like, I don't know any LGS you go to, but I maybe see 2 computers. So that's a big ask. And then whose credit cards? Obviously people are spoofing and doing this, and I'm not even that big of a villain. I'm just using my own personal credit card and being like, all right, buy a couple things, make a little money.
Yeah.
I don't know the people who are scaling it up. They're buying the whole lot times 10. How's Starter City Games getting their stock? How's any of those other stores getting it? They're doing it. I don't know how. I mean, obviously they're buying them in, but
yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of creators, online that weren't able to get theirs. So it's not like they're slipping them, in the back door to people.
right.
So, but I mean, like I said, I stopped with the Secret Lairs when they started this limited edition, not print to demand stuff. I quit with Secret Lairs, and honestly, I mean, I feel good. I kind of wanted the Storm, but I mean, it's not going to kill me. It's it is what it is. So it's like, I mean, I think it was like a couple years ago they said, not all products are for everyone, and I kind of took that to heart, and I stopped collecting certain things. Like I didn't even touch Assassin's Creed. I didn't buy a single Assassin's Creed pack, and it doesn't bother me at all.
I was very happy to run with that when they weren't in standard. I think now I'm like, well, now they're in.
Yeah.
And now with the volume. But now I'm kind of like, you know what? I guess I'm going to play until the Magic doesn't have the magic, If I'm sitting down to play Marvel versus system every time I play a game of Magic, I'm going to be like, what's going on here,
I mean, I plan on skipping out on Foundations because I was like, it's just going to be a bunch of reprints and whatever. That set looks fire.
Yeah, that set looks amazing.
Yeah.
That looks like a Magic set.
So let's talk about Foundations. So pre-release is coming up. I'm actually pumped about this set. So all the stuff they released at MagicCon Vegas. I saw people getting packs of Foundations early there. Did
you snag any of those?
No, I didn't.
Dang.
But I realized, how much I miss core sets.
Yeah.
So 5 years seems a long time to me. But I mean, we'll see. But yeah, gosh, it's just Magic, right?
Yeah, it definitely has the right vibe, and it really was like it gave the kind of like this is where we're at. Like these are kind of it was a very big cascade of cards, new cards, old cards, and cards you didn't expect. It was just all exciting all around. I just can't really new art on old cards, like classics like Franco. And
I'm pumped about Lathril getting new
Lathril.
art. I'm pumped about Giada getting new art because I run those 2 decks. So
my girlfriend is very. I don't know if she's excited for this, but she was not pleased with some of the older arts for Giada, and now I think she might be excited for some of these new ones.
Yeah,
very awesome commander. Fixing some color. A card I didn't expect to see. The Ocean of Night's Reach. I did not have that one in my bingo card.
Or old classic Hitsega's second right.
Yeah, at uncommon, so you can do some fun stuff with it. I love that. Gameplay wise, it's beautiful. Phyrexian Arena with the new art. A lot of fun cards that like still show we can do simple but good, like preposterous proportions. All those giant squirrels, and it's a simple card.
Yeah. So that was in the Mark Rosewater's teaser. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's run through that teaser just briefly. Talk about some of the stuff that we did get right, and let's run through that real quick.
Yeah. So just for everyone who listened to the last podcast. Whoever you are.
all 6 of you.
All 6 of you. The 5 iconic creature types are Angel, Sphinx, Demon, Dragon, and Hydra. Okay? I don't know which arts they're in, but apparently they're across multiple arts. We also, Josh, got it straight off the bat. What's the combo?
It's
got the Harmless Offering.
And was it Demonic
Demonic Pact.
Demonic
Pact,
yeah.
The Liliana Game Over card.
Yeah.
Yep. We also got a couple other good hits. I believe I somewhat guessed the Homunculus card. What was that card called?
Homunculus Horde.
Yeah, Homunculus Horde. I guess that was the one that when you draw your second card, you make a copy. You were right in saying that Platinum Angel was not the card that said I can't lose the game and you can't win the game.
Yeah, it is a new angel though. It is a new
It's
angel.
a new angel.
So yeah.
Oh, and then I need to see the fishing pole again. What does the fishing pole do, Josh? Have that up. Let me see.
It's a 1 mana artifact. Um, it's a equipment, which I guess makes sense. And then you pay. You pay a certain
I
amount?
got it here. Yeah, so it's one colorless fishing pole equipment. Equipped creature has pay 1, tap fishing pole, put a bait counter on fishing pole. Whenever equipped creature becomes untapped, remove a bait counter from this equipment. If you do, create a 1/1 blue fish creature token.
Yeah.
Equipped for 2 mana.
So I think the only thing I got wrong was it comes into play with bait counters.
Yeah.
Is what I said, and this is you're putting bait counters on it. So yeah.
Such a
Scored
cool,
another
shows you a
one.
little card. Pay 1, put a counter on it. Then when you untap, you get one. So it's you lure, then you wait, and then you pop the fish out on your. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Not far off at all. You just get some fish. What were some of our other guesses? We didn't have Coma on our list for who the A12 was, did we?
I didn't have
I was
Coma
not
on my
expecting that
list
card.
at all, and it's a new Coma.
Yeah.
It's a new Coma too. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not the reprint. So
It's an odd card. Definitely a good finisher, but in my mind, I'm like, I think I'm more afraid of the other one in Commander.
Oh,
but
yeah.
this one's harder to kill.
they
So
I think they tried to kind of balance, like, make a new Coma that was more fair. But I mean, we still have old Coma, so
I think I might be wrong though. Ward 4 is so hard to deal with. Like pay 4 and my removal spell.
yeah.
Maybe this Coma, if you just poop it out on turn
But the
3 or
old
4.
the old one, all you had to do was sack something to.
Yeah, but you need to make it to the next upkeep, so you're not going to necessarily get around.
Yeah.
You can get around that a little bit, but yeah, they're both good. Coma, maybe we'll get even more cameos. Not a card I expected to see
Yeah.
at all.
We got Solemn Simulacrum, right? Didn't we?
Yep, we got Solemn. You called that one straight up, head up. We did not call Sire of 7 Deadly Deaths or 7 Deaths.
No,
Sorry.
I'm excited about that card. Yeah, that's
Really?
Yeah, that's going in my Eldrazi deck for sure. And in Standard for 7. I mean, come on.
That card is a nightmare. You can't. How do you deal with this thing? Hopefully the
Yeah.
game hasn't progressed. We've lost life, but maybe if they're ramping, maybe that's not a case. But you can't kill it. It has vigilance, life. It has everything.
Yeah.
The only thing that bothers me about the card is it has menace, which is a reference to the number 2, and the card's all about 7. So I
Yeah.
find that to be a little jarring. But otherwise, yeah.
But
First
it
strike,
ha-
vigilance,
but it has
menace,
7.
ramble, H, lifelink, ward, 7 life.
Yeah, it has seven keywords on it. So
Yeah, it's still 7. it's a ugly, beautiful card.
I mean, getting to 7's not that hard. I hope to open one of their
No.
pre-release.
Oh yeah, my opponent plays that on me in the pre-release. I'm just like, that's it. I'm dead.
we got what, Zapalpa too?
Oh, Zatalpa?
Zatalpa, yeah, is in this set.
Oh, is he
So,
really?
Yeah.
I
think
missed
that's-
that one.
I think that's 5 keywords. Yeah,
Huh.
the white dinosaur.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Huh. You know, we didn't get this set. There's no commander decks for this set, are there?
Nope.
It's just Jumpstart and the set proper
And there's like a starter kit, a starter set.
and a starter kit.
Yeah.
So nice. I'm actually yep. There's a Talpa. I'm kind of happy to see them backing off of the commander decks for a moment. It seems like there's so
Yeah.
many all the time,
Yeah,
and
I mean, I think this set is trying to kind of save Standard, which I got views on that of how they're trying to save Standard, which is we'll get into that in our another episode. But yeah, Foundations, I think looks really good. What other stuff did we get on the list, or did we come across that?
I think that's most of what we got. Let me see. I am interested to say that what you said about them saving Standard and working here. This is a huge counter to I'm not going to buy cards for Standard because it just rotates.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be here for a while,
Yeah.
a long time. Oh, I loved the Bear Demon. That card was hilarious.
Oh yeah, the panda
panda.
bear. I love that card. The art on it.
I was
yeah.
waiting for a panda, and that was not the panda I was expecting, but very fun panda. I want to see some alt art with a panda.
The
Giant.
the Heir Apparent card looks pretty fun too.
Yeah, I love that card.
Yeah.
It's more and more rabbits. You know, it's little things like that I think really we need layering of things coming out. Like Bloomborough happens, and then following it up with some more rewards. Like people really don't want to go feast and then famine. Back in the day, that used to be the thing. You'd be like, "Here's our tribal set. Here's Kithkin, and there's Kithkin for 20 years."
You mean we should go back to blocks?
I'm just saying that we should definitely not that.
What?
I think it's just that
we should go back to blocks.
you want to go back to blocks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or at least so what they did with Brothers War, Dominaria United, Phyrexia All Will Be One. I like
Okay.
that where it's kind of cohesive and it's not necessarily a block, but it tells it goes
A
through
story.
a story, multiple sets. Yeah.
my only issue with blocks nowadays, especially now, I don't think it can work with Universe Beyond, but my only problem with blocks is that you're stuck wherever you are, and we've only got to find out an amount of years, so
Yeah,
I might as well get some hits.
That's fair.
You know.
That's fair.
Yeah, and back in the day, we needed to build up those mythos, and I do think that newer sets get a little hosed, but thanks to like Commander and all the extra product, they're kind of filling that gap because having a whole block really makes you flesh out some of those sets that most likely wouldn't stand up to the amount of cards they make today. But now, because of the Commander sets and stuff like that, and supplemental layering it on, we're definitely keeping that type of vibe, even though we're only there for 3 months.
Yeah,
3 months.
2 months now.
2 months a day, 30 seconds. Squirrel.
Yeah. So
many squirrels.
What else? Did we hit anything else on that list?
We did not get claws out, unfortunately. We didn't get our grandma. We got the cat affinity, and I'm sad it doesn't say affinity for cats. Creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn for white 3 instant. Pretty good card.
Yeah.
Just not what it is. But no, I don't think we guessed any of the other. Oh, we were really trying to figure out. We sussed out that they weren't going to do Snapcast and they were going to do Solemn, and that Sphinx is just making me think of that, which is a pretty cool Sphinx. Like, I'm pretty happy to see that. I was thinking it was going to be a reprint too. Yeah. It's not too far away from the card I had described, the Backdraft Hellkite. So kind of not wrong, definitely wrong, but not like as wrong as you could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, those I think are what we guessed right, as opposed to what we guessed wrong. Oh, and that Demon Noble. I just want to bring up that Demon Noble card is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Or Warlock. I think it's Warlock. Demon Warlock.
Yeah, he's on the list twice. He was 2 clues led to him.
Yeah,
on there.
He is a fantastic card. It's black 1, 3/2. Tap, exile target creature from a graveyard that was put there this turn. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a nightmare in addition to its other types. Then exile all other nightmares you control. So, I'm guessing if I cycle or discard a creature, I can just exile it and make a copy. Mm-hmm. So I can discard Emrakul the Aeon's Torn, respond to the trigger, get an Emrakul, and then exile all my other nightmares because I need another thing.
But what deck are you playing Emrakul in?
This seems like it would be like a modern thing. I don't know. It's something you could do in modern.
Is Emrakul legal in modern? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't play modern.
Emrakul the Aeon's Torn is legal in modern. In Legacy, not that I play Legacy, but I'm just like, turn 1 Dark Ritual, turn 2, discard this guy. It's just like another backup, like a sticky thing for like reanimator strategies to be like, hey, look, I can keep reanimating over and over even when I don't have like a ton of reanimate cards. So it's pretty cool.
So he gave us a list of card names on there. Let's go through those real quick because I think those are all new cards. Let's highlight those a little bit.
On his list?
Yeah, I think Bolt Wave is the first card.
Yes, Bolt Wave. That one's not linked. Hold on.
So it's basically a lightning bolt that hits all your opponents. Yeah,
so finally, the better lava spike? Yeah, lava spike. Yeah. No longer will Arcane deface your decks unless you need yet another 1 mana deal 3. And actually, this one gets around Leyline of White. What is that one? Leyline of
Sanctity?
Sanctity, yeah. This gets around Leyline of Sanctity because it says each opponent and not target opponent.
Yeah.
So kind of nice. Gets around a lot of protection spells that I'm sure people are running. So yeah, Bolt Wave is going to have probably a pretty good tournament career.
I love how they printed a commander card in this standard set still.
Which one?
They printed Bolt Wave. It's a commander card that they printed in the standard set.
Bolt Wave is a commander card? Deals one. I guess it does do one to everybody.
Each opponent, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what deck I would play that in. Maybe some sort of silly storm. It is a really nice because I was trying to play Sizzle. That's like 3 mana, do the same thing. There's also the Dragon's Approach, which does 3 to each opponent, and then if you exile 5, you get a dragon. So yeah, I mean, you do this and you have your 1,000-year storm out, and you play a bunch of spells, and you're like, Bolt Wave.
So you think they printed this to get around the Leyline rather than
yeah, I think that's a competitive Magic card. I think that's a regular competitive.
That's fair.
That's what I see. But yeah, I could see some. Yeah, it doesn't hit me in the face as Commander because it's not only good there, and 3 damage usually doesn't go very far in Commander.
Yeah,
especially not to the dome.
It does in a Storm deck though.
Yeah, as a finisher to like reward some of those silly X spells.
Yeah,
it could be cool. I could see it. Electro Duplicate, on the other hand, now that's a Commander card. 2 in a red. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. It has haste, and at the beginning of the next end step, sacrifice this token. And it has flashback for 2 RR. Now that is a Commander card. My thing, I want 2. Actually, I want 3. Now you're all dead.
Yeah, I want 2 Sire of the 7 Deaths.
Yeah, 2 Sire of the 7 Deaths. How about 3 Sire of the 7 Deaths? Yeah. And, it gets haste, and actually has the funny wording. So if you get around this with something like, so it goes at the beginning of your end step. So if you have something like Sundial the Infinite where you can end your turn, you can keep it around. It also hilariously just gives the thing permanent haste. So not that really matters if you're not attacking, but if your guy had an activated ability, for instance, on your opponent's next turn, it will still be able to tap, even though it doesn't have the word written haste, kind of like suspend does. So weird rules baggage that I think about as I was a judge for a while. So, and every once in a while in Commander we like to get shenanigans. They also came up with Goblin Negotiation. I don't remember what we pined this to be, but XRR sorcery, deal X damage to target creature, create a number of 1/1 red goblins, creature tokens equal to the amount of excess damage dealt to that creature this way.
Yeah,
So,
I think
Goblin Fireball.
I think you were saying like you throw goblins at you, like make goblins and you could like fling them because it was like you that's the way you negotiate with goblins is they just like throw goblins at you and deal damages.
Well, I think that's the idea here, right? Like you're throwing bodies at them and then half of them die because they're goblins, but then the leftovers like, hey, was there a fight here? Pretty sweet removal spell, honestly.
Yeah.
Definitely it'd be awesome and limited. I mean, awesome. I mean, it might have a career somewhere else. I don't know. It's a little overcosted, but I don't know. It seems worth it. It doesn't go to the face. It went to the face alone. That'd be a hell of a card.
Yeah.
Fireball and then a bunch of dudes. But still a good card. I wouldn't be unhappy to play a removal spell like that, or at least try to jam it in a Commander Goblin deck. It wouldn't be tier or whatever, but like if I'm being fun, I'm just trying to do some Goblin stuff. Lorwyn comes around. I'll play that in the Standard. That'd make me play Standard. That'd be fun.
Hopefully it's
then he killed Llanowar Elf with a Goblin Barrage.
Hopefully Lorwyn shows up in the next 5 years. It's not postponed indefinitely.
Oh god, indefinitely. Goodbye. Let's see. Bullwave, Fishing Pole. We already went over. Negotiation. Heir Apparent. We talked about. Homunculus Horde. We talked about. Midnight Snack. Okay, Midnight Snack. I don't even remember what we thought this would be, but this card's really cool. I love the art. Like he's got a big piece of cake in her mouth. Like I feel that energy. So 2 and a black enchantment. Raid, at the beginning of your end step, if you attacked this turn, create a food token, pay 2 and a black, sacrifice this enchantment, target opponent loses X life, where X is the amount of life you gained this turn. So pretty fun card. I like the concept behind it. So if I attack you, I get a food. I don't really understand. The flavor's losing me here.
Yeah.
And then you sacrifice the enchantment and you drain somebody for the food you ate. Somebody has to explain that flavor to me. I like the card, but I don't get the flavor. I love the art, actually. What is that guy got a sack of potatoes? What is this? Or bread? And there's some guy on the balcony coming down like grandma, like, hey, let me get a piece. It's a hilarious piece. Okay. But what else do we have? Hair Parent, Homunculus, Performing Artist, which I'm missing. Refute. They said that's the upgraded cancel.
Yeah, it lets you loot.
Yeah. Refute lets you loot. It's a rhyme. Perforating Artist. So 1 black red, Death Touch, 3/2, Raid. Again, I love Raid. I love that mechanic. At the beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, each opponent loses 3 life, unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent of their choice or discards a card. So this is the bolus mechanic from not Amonkhet, the follow-ups, Hour of Devastation.
Yeah, it's kind of Tegrid, right?
Yeah, Tegrid also had that mechanic. Yeah. Either you sack a thing, you lose 3 life, or you discard a card. All of these things are not good for you. But I like that space as like a space for cards as like a bonus where your opponent gets to choose. The card's fundamentally doing something else in the meantime, but you get that Browbeat effect. Because we used to play, I mean, did you ever play with Browbeat, the card?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those used to be fun, especially when you're playing early Magic, but then everyone's like, they're bad, stop playing those. Or you still play them in F&M, and then you browbeat somebody twice for 10, and then you burn them out, and you're like, it was always good! And they're like, and then the good players over there are like, you always take the 5. Always. Yeah. Or the better players, like, you take the 5 so you can counter the next one. Oh. So, but I love that. I love getting those effects into other places, and they're cool little rewards. Skill testing too. A lot of people will default that mindset, like I'm only playing my instant on your turn. I'm only doing this here. And really, those little granular choices are what separates skill level for people. Like what decision you make. It's not default always lose 3 life. Like sometimes it's really good to sack a thing, discard a thing. Really engaging and being present and making your decisions will really up your game.
Yeah,
like a lot of things in life. And then lastly, we have Stab. It's basically a functional reprint of the card Disfigure. Maybe that wasn't as cool of a thing to say constantly, but Stab really feels like a card that's going to be with us for a long time. 1 black instant, target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. That's just like, it sounds right. And then I stab their creature to death. Stab it. I have 4 stabs in my sideboard. It kind of feels like Bolt, just that one word click. And I'm for that. Like tournament players will probably play this for a long time.
What did so there was a card called Stab Wound. What did that do?
It's a black 2 enchantment aura. Yeah, enchant creature gets -2/-2 at the beginning of your upkeep. An enchanted player loses 2 life, or enchanted creature's controller loses 2 life. Love that card. It was super sweet to play limited. You'd put it on something, and it would either kill a thing, or it would just sit there, and you're like, I'm the control deck. You're just going to die to the Stab Wound because you can't get rid of your creature. It was excellent.
So stab basically is the new shortcut for give your creature -2/-2.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you just stab it. Now we have text for it, Yeah. Then I bolt the thing is 3 damage. Now I stab it, I give -2/-2.
Ping is 1 damage, shock 2 damage.
Ping. Is Ping an actual card?
No, but it's just...
I think we just say it, yeah. Now,
Yeah.
now we need the card ping. Why doesn't that exist? That is hilarious. We need the card ping. That's the
Yeah.
next one, guys. We're making the magic for you.
Have you
But
okay? So have you seen all the elves in this set? Like, there's a lot of elves. Not only just elves. I think there's 4 elf lords in this set.
4 elf lords?
Yeah. So there's um, Imperious Perfect. There's
Yeah.
the
Elvish Archdruid.
Elvish Archdruid. There's a green white one from Lorwyn or
Hmm.
from Shadowmoor. I think it's from
Yeah.
Lorwyn. The green white one. What is it?
Elvish Archdruid, Imperious Perfect,
And
and
Wiltleaf,
Lathor.
Wiltleaf Cavalier, right? That's the
Oh yeah,
green white one.
Willeaf Liege.
Liege,
Willeaf
yeah,
Liege.
Liege, yeah. So there's four elf lords in this set, which
19 total elves.
yeah, I was just looking through the set the other day, and I was just like, holy cow, there's so many elf lords. But yeah, I mean, 4 for elves, that's crazy. And
Yeah,
then,
there's 19 total cards. Yeah, cats have Arabo, the first
yeah,
Fang.
that's the new
Other cats
card.
you can
Yeah.
get +1/+1. They have a Johnny's. Oh no, Johnny's Pardon Me does not count.
No.
Oh, I mean Jazzle kind of counts. He gives all you guys Overrun. Oh, and Regal Caracal. So there's 3 cat
So 3
lords.
cat lords. Oh, okay, I didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
What was the other tribe? Vampires? Did we get any vampire lords? Let's see. Vampire. I think those are in the deck. Galastria Highborn is in the set. That's basically a lord. I love that card. Okay, just Galastria Highborn for vampires. And then what was the other tribe?
Goblins.
What's Blue's tribe? Goblins. Yeah, goblins. Goblins got Krenko, which is not a lord,
Yeah.
but I actually like that they're not all lords. Elves should get the lordship. Oh, Redcap Gutter Dweller. That's not a lord. It just makes rats. So yeah, no lords for goblins other than Krenko, I guess. Oh no, and the dropkick bomber. 2/3 for 3. Other goblins you control get +1/+1. Okay, red until end of turn. Another target goblin you control gains flying. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it. Love that card. Goblin Balloon Brigade's big brother. Love that card. And you just see the picture of a Zada or a Zendikar elf just yeeting another or goblin,
Goblin,
excuse me.
yeah.
Goblin just yeeting a goblin with a Hadron on its head. Like beautiful art. Fantastic throw.
So I think the
Oh.
blue is wizards.
Wizards?
Yeah, is like
Yeah, because I didn't. Are there even merfolk in this set?
there's a couple blue is all over the place. There's like four or 5 sphinx, a couple merfolk, and then a lot of wizards. So wizards I think is the like main character or creature type in blue.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I don't see any overarching lord, but it's not necessary for everyone to do it, and
Yeah.
I'm okay with asymmetry. It's not a requirement.
Yeah, we don't have to have a cycle of everything. But I was just blown. I was
Yeah.
kind of like blown away by 4 lords in the elf tribe. But so
Yeah.
I mean, I love elves.
It's definitely seeding something.
I'm probably gonna build. Man, if I start playing standard again, if people start playing standard again, and I can get standard, at least once a month to fire at my LGS, I think I'll go elves. It'll be pretty fun.
Yeah, I'll help you with that. I used to play elves back in the day.
Yeah.
I played combo elves. I played green white little kids. So that was the old deck with Will Leaf Liege that I used to play back in the day.
Yeah.
The deck was sweet. I love that card.
So there's a bunch of new, like big creature. Well, not a bunch of new big creatures. So they are reprinting Gulta. They're reprinting Palaka Worm, which is a pretty sweet card.
They're reprinting Darksteel Colossus,
Darksteel
the original
Colossus,
big boy.
Yeah.
In my heart, the original big boy is back. Love that, man.
And then they've got a new one that's I think it's a 8/12 as well.
The dinosaur!
the
12/8.
the
Yeah.
vanilla, yeah, the vanilla.
Oh, I love that card. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up because
And
it's gonna have the most power, right?
Gigantosaurus is reprinted too, but I don't know. I think that's just in the starter set. I'm not.
Yeah, he's some
100%
sort of
sure.
promo with really crazy art.
Yeah.
He's got like almost like he's like a T-Rex with that Dilophosaurus face from like Jurassic Park for some reason. Oh yeah, so big creatures: Quake, Strider, Ceratops, 3GGG, 12/8
Yeah.
with some fun flavor text. Triceratops to represent. I love Triceratops. I'm going to find a way to play this card.
I think it
I'm
was.
gonna do
I think it was Aaron Forsyth said like, create a new crawl worm for this generation or something, and that's what they came up with. So
That's what we needed. A 12/8
for
A 12/8
for 6.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm into it. And then Galta follows right up. You're like, here's my Quake Rider Ceratops. Oh, that wasn't enough for you? 12/12 Trample.
Yeah, for 2.
Too. Yeah, I'm into it. Oh man, there's so many big. I love big creatures. It's kind of like my
Yeah.
favorite thing.
Yeah.
And this I believe was the first set they demoted Shivan Dragon to uncommon. Finally,
Oh, really?
I think after all these years, this is the first time he's been demoted, or they've been demoted to uncommon, which is fine.
Yeah.
They've actually always kind of tweaked cards. If you ever look back through the catalog of dragons, so many of like the non-featured rare dragons are always a little under the stat line of Shivan Dragon. Like if it has fire breathing, like it's like a 4/5 with fire breathing, or it costs 1 more, or
Yeah.
something like slightly worse. They're like, no, it's the gold standard. So And I actually played Shivan Dragon recently in some of my Magic Online commander decks, like my Rorik's Bladewing or Bladewing the Risen deck. And he still doesn't work. People don't expect you when you're just like, they're like, whatever, it's Shivan Dragon. And then you're like, hit you for 15. Just tap out and kill you. What? Okay. Sometimes vanilla meat is all you need.
So, did you look at the planeswalkers in this set? So we get, I think, just one new planeswalker, a new Kaito, the blue planeswalker.
Everyone else is from the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Kaito is pretty cool. He makes ninjas.
Mm-hmm. 2/1 ninjas, 2/2 ninjas.
Oh, we also got a new Chandra. But
oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. She's like,
we got
she's
a
like
new...
6 mana or something.
She's 7 mana.
7 mana, but you get 3 right off the bat.
Yeah.
But still.
No, she's a pretty sweet card. I read her. I was like, all right. Yeah. 7 mana for 6 loyalty, +2 add 3 red, and exile top 3 cards of your library. You may play one this turn. Or you may play that card. Choose one, you may play that card this turn.
As long as it costs 3 or less.
Yeah. +1, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control, except it has haste. At the beginning of your end, keep sacrifice it. -4, deal 8 damage. Divide as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers. Oh, I'm playing this card. This card is sick.
Yeah. Wasn't the one of the first Chandras, it was minus, and you get to deal 10 divided, right? Or
they've done several where it just nugs you for your whole board for 10 and you for 10. Like, but you have to work up to it. This one, you slam it down and you just deal 8 damage. You know, it doesn't go to the face.
What is the minus? It's -6.
It's a 6 loyalty, but it's -4. So you can immediately deal 8.
Okay.
That's why it costs 7 mana.
Okay.
But that's pretty cool. That's a card I would probably play with. I like to play big smashy stuff. I mean, if you untap with that in Commander, you don't even have to like tap out because you go like play it plus. You could probably play like a Blasphemous Act and a card off of it to get like a land or something. Like that's pretty good.
Yeah,
and then you have 8 loyalty.
I just overlooked it because it cost 7. So
yeah,
but
well,
also
for me and my journey in Commander, where I'm trying to play as many expensive cards as I can, I'm into it.
Also, real quick, you brought up Blasphemous Act, and there's the Black Blasphemous Act. We got that one right, didn't we?
Yes, I believe we did. Yeah. That is one we guessed. But also, I think that card's a little overhyped.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just putting out my 2 cents out there. I think everyone else is like, this is the best thing since sliced cheese.
I didn't say it was good. I just want to pat ourselves on the back for getting another one right. So.
Oh, and I just want to be out there to get people mad at me when I say that card's not that good. Because like you need 13 creatures. I played Blasphemous Act several times for 2 or 3 mana to get rid of one thing.
I think what makes this one it's sack, right? So so he gets around indestructible and that type of thing.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I think Black could use another wrap, but I'm still kind of torn on whether it's a big enough deal. It's like it's good, but I don't think it's like Blasphemous Act level good, where you just like I can't expect a deck that I wouldn't play that in.
Yeah.
But we glossed over Kaito a little bit. I kind of want to talk about him a little bit. Kaito, Cunning Infiltrator, 3 loyalty. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a loyalty counter on Kaito. Up to 1 target creature you control, +1. Up to 1 target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. Draw a card and discard a card. -2, make a 2/1 ninja. -9, you get an emblem with whenever a player casts a spell, you create a 2/1 blue ninja creature token. So you can kind of ninja storm after you ultimate him. I don't know how you're ever gonna ultimate him, but that sounds pretty sick. I guess if you hit him with enough creatures, but then they might die before we get to 9. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're playing a bunch of 1 power guys, maybe it's happening. Kind of into that. Very cool, spicy new card. And the cool anime art, we kind of glossed over that. So I guess this new anime foiling is going to be a thing going forward. We're just getting Japanese style foiling all the time.
The fractured foils.
Yeah, and I love that actually. That's a good way to add value to my packs that like is just pure bonus.
Yeah, I don't open collector boosters, so it doesn't matter to me.
Oh, are they only in collector's boosters?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little sad. I like it when you can get like not at a high rate, but in the regular boxes you can get all the different things. Just like way less common. Yeah. Just so like someone who's buying a play booster has that extra chance.
Right. Yeah.
I don't. Kind of like how it used to be in Amonkhet when you could get a masterpiece, but it was still in a regular box.
Right.
Yeah. Fun return card, Maze's End. Everyone loves everyone's favorite alternative win condition. The new Baneslayer we kind of talked about, Lair Dawnbringer, is here. Yeah, a lot of cool things in the set. I'm interested that the flagship dragon in Magic now is a damage doubler and not just a vanilla beater. Mm-hmm. The Twin Flame Tyrant, so kind of unique to see that there. But yeah, overall, Foundations looks pretty solid. Some really cool old friends, some cool new friends that I'll be playing with a lot. Big fan of this expansion. People really slept on it, is what I hear, and I'm just excited to have some fun cards.
Me. I slept on it. Yeah. I
lots of people.
Until they started spoiling stuff at MagicCon, I was just like, okay, it's here for 5 years. I'll just get a pack every now and then, but man,
yeah, they got to have a ton of it out there for us to get them all the time. So
yeah,
I'm hyped for that.
So you were talking about the fracture foils. Have you seen the mana foils? that's in this
Yes.
set? Oh my gosh, those look so
Beautiful.
sick. I don't normally like. I don't buy collectors boosters. I don't normally care about the foiling process or whatever. But man, these mana foil ones, Wizard, you might have got me. You might have
They
got me on
remind me of the
these.
oil slick ones. All the cards
Yeah.
that I like that have that like Phyrexian symbol.
Yep.
If I play that card, I'm like, I need the Phyrexian symbol. Like I still need the
Yeah.
T-Rex from that set. I'm like, I have finally found one of them, but I need the one with those little
Yeah.
Phyrexian symbol over it. And yeah, that's clean. My only thing on that I thought was kind of goofy is like, why is it every mana symbol?
I was
Can
thinking
it be
that
like,
too. Yeah. If it's a green
can
card, it
it
should just
be?
have the green mana symbol. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
I
that
was
would be a
thinking that
little bit
too. But
cleaner. I
yeah.
was like, tweak this a little bit, and you got me. Like, if you
Yeah.
put mountain mana
I mean,
symbol on all my red cards, I'm like, I'm in.
they still got me, but yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely agree with you there. So
we're dirty people who just like our cards with special arts. We're
yeah.
just the same as all the gamers online, funding games with different skins. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it's not like
All right.
I'm not gonna go buy collector's boosters just for a chance of getting one of those foils. I'll just if there's something I see that I like, I'll just buy the single.
Single or trade for it. I trade
Yeah,
for a lot of the cards that I like.
yeah.
There are some cool upgrades, with all the everything having the Nyx frame. There's definitely some cards I'm gonna want some
Oh
Nyx
yeah, I forgot
Nyx
about
frames
that.
on.
The doubling season. I'm glad they reprinted that. And it's got the Nyx frame.
Derek's Uprising, a highly in
Mhm.
demand card for Commander. They've been reprinting that a lot, but yet again
Yeah,
another art new Nyx foil.
yeah,
Um, yeah, very cool set overall. I mean, lots of it's kind of weird like to see this not in a modern Horizon style set,
hmm,
but I like it. I mean, this is what
yeah,
Magic is now. We've kind of
yeah,
got that. I mean, if you're playing Magic, you're experiencing this, and now you're getting it all around.
yeah. Like I said, I didn't know that we needed core sets, and I didn't really miss core sets until this came out, and now I remember what core sets were and how good they were. So I'm glad. I'm
Yeah,
definitely glad to have foundations.
yeah.
It's going to be a
It
lot of
feels it
fun.
feels like a
So
foundation for future. Like you're going to hear people talking about cards from this set that are their favorite card, their first this, their first
right,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Their crawworm, their crawworm. So,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm excited to see. Oh, I was just scrolling through this set one more time. Proper Bear Cub reprint. I'm pretty sure this was at a time a $40 card from Portal.
Really? Oh, okay.
I might be wrong, but there were a handful of bears
Hmm.
that were in Magic's past that all the bear players loved for their bear commanders, and some of them are just vanilla tutus, just like Grizzly Bear.
Yeah.
But Bear Cub was, I'm pretty sure, one of them, and it was like a $40 card. And then there's Forest Bear, I think, who's like this. It's like, oh, I'm a bear. And that one, I think, maybe that was a $40 one. Regardless, Bear Cub in its old, cool art, all the way back from 1998, has returned in its cutest glory here all these years later, and I love it. Little cuteness is now part of Magic, and it always was. In 1998, it was. 2024, maybe we're just a little bit more willing to accept that. So, but that's, I think, all we have to say today
Yeah.
regarding Magic Foundations, the little debacle with Secret Lair. And
The
we're
little,
looking forward to be
the
blabbering with
little,
you a little later on.
yeah. So
The little
yeah,
what?
the little debacle with the secret layer
Little,
set.
large, huge, bigly.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to Foundations. So
Yeah.
pre-release this weekend. You gonna
All right.
are you
Yeah.
doing a pre-release at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna hopefully get down and play some games. Probably play some Commander. Maybe draft a little bit. Maybe
Yeah.
get some sealed deck in there. Pick up some singles that I'm looking for. Yeah, it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Go to see some players I haven't seen, some familiar faces I've been meaning to see. So
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. Well, I mean, I think that wraps up this episode then, right?
yeah. I think that's it.
Okay.
So say it, Josh. Sign
All
us
right.
out.
Don't
Don't forget to
don't forget to like, shower, and subscribe. And me and Nick will see you next time.
take it easy, guys. Bye.